Hello everybody, it's Sarah, and today I think I'm here with my first book haul. I might have done a book haul before, but it was like in another video, and I never just did a video that was a book haul because I never felt it was necessary. But this month I have a lot of used books, and there's a story with those books. So a friend of my mom is going to move soon, and she kind of wants to get rid of some of her books, and she reads a lot of fantasy, and she gave me books before when I was like 12 or something, and she remembered that I love to read fantasy, and so she asked my mom if I wanted to have a look at her bookshelves and choose some books. So I got a crazy amount of books for free, and I'm just really happy. And I have no idea where I will put them on my shelves or when I'll get around to reading them, because I have a book problem. There, I said it. I mean, you probably guessed since I'm on BookTube, but let's just stop this and get to the books. I got some books that I had never heard of before, but that I just thought sounded interesting, and then I got some books by authors that I have read before and that I love, and just series that I haven't finished and stuff like that. All of the books are German. So the first book I have here is by Guy G.K. and it's called The Song of Arbonne. It's a fantasy book, and I can't really say what it's about. It seems like just your stereotypical fantasy book from the description in the back, but it says that it's for everybody who loves Mist of Avalon and The Lord of the Rings, so I thought it'll definitely be something for me. The next I have here is a trilogy by a French author called Henri Leeuwenbruch, I guess you would call him, and this series hasn't been translated into English, so I don't know what I would call it, but it's called Gallica, both in French and in German, the whole trilogy, and it's set, as the name suggests, in France, like pre-Christianity France, and I'm really looking forward to reading this series because I just love the time period. No matter if it's set in Germany, in Austria, in France, in Great Britain, I like those like Celtic tribal cultures. Next, I got the first 3 books in Raymond Feist's Serpent War series. There are 4 books, but I just got 3 of them, and they're split each in 2 books, so that's why I have 6. And the books are Shadow of a Dark Queen, Rise of a Merchant Prince, and Rage of a Demon King. And again, it's a fantasy series. It's part of a bigger cycle, and I just thought I'd start with this series because it seemed interesting. And yeah, and actually, funny thing is, normally I really don't buy all the books of a series at the same time unless it's like by an author that I know, because I usually don't want to have the rest of the series on my shelves. What if I don't like the first book and so on, but I don't know what I'll get a chance like that again, so I just took all the books in that series. Now we're at the point where the only books I'm going to show you are books where I kind of knew what I was getting into because I know the authors. First I have The Dying of the Light by George R.R. Martin. I thought maybe this book will help me get over the waiting time until I can have Winds of Winter in my hands. Then I have books 3 and 4 of the Books of Pelennor, which is The Crow and the Singing. I already own and have read the first 2 books, which are The Naming and The Riddle. But after I read The Riddle, I for some reason couldn't find the 3rd book in the series. And I'm really not that much of a fan of ordering off Amazon, so I never did that. So now it's a few years since I have read the books, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy them. But when I saw them on those shelves, I just thought, okay, it'd be a shame if I didn't take those 2 books. And so I'm probably going to reread the first two books in the series at some point because I really liked them, and then continue on with the third and the fourth book. Of course, I can't pass a Brandon Sanderson books. Those are the first two books in the Alcatraz series, Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians and Alcatraz versus the Scrivener's Bones. I don't know how you pronounce that. Brandon Sanderson, one of my favorite authors. Of course I had to take those books. And lastly, I got the Soldier's Son trilogy by Robin Hobb, because I'm currently reading Robin Hobb for the Hobb Along Read Along. This is not part of the read along, but I thought I'd get it all the same. And this trilogy consists of Shaman's Crossing, Forest Mage, and Renegade's Magic. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. All the links to my social media are in the description box down below. If you have perchance read any of those books, please tell me if you liked them, if you didn't like them, did I make a good choice, and I hope I'll see you soon. Kiss kiss!